Hey everybody, welcome back to Satisfactory. This is it. This is the episode. We have done all the things, built all the stuff, made all the parts. We need 55 more assembly directors, and then we are done. It's happening. This is it. This is the episode. I'm very excited. This is 161 hours of playtime to get to this point. Few hiccups along the way, but we got here. And yeah, we will be launching our final space elevator launch in this episode. I am excited. And to celebrate, we are going out the same way we came in, as is tradition, and we are drinking our Pale Berry Mimosa. Pale Berry Mimosa is sparkling white wine, raspberry liqueur, and a little pillberry garnish, which does not exist because I do not have any raspberries, which, whoops. I thought I had fresh raspberries. I do not. I don't even have frozen. So, sad times for that, but happy times for launching this bad boy. Cheers. So, yeah. 4 minutes a second. Or, sorry, 4 pieces per second for all our final space elevator parts, and that is going pretty well now. Things are coming along at a decent rate. There were a few things I had to fix up in between episodes because we were getting delayed by our supercomputers. There's a delay in our supercomputers. We were delayed by Caterium, and we were delayed by plastic was actually holding us up. So I realized I had made an error, and I had all these trains stopping at our Oil Lake plastics pickup, but they weren't picking up plastics and rubber correctly and dropping them off at our electronics facility. So I had to go through these electronics supply and unloading. These are basically all the same train, to a degree. They were going to field generator plastics, but they weren't picking up rubber and plastic like they were supposed to be. Or Caterium, for that matter. And I never actually set up the Caterium loading at field generator plastic. So yeah, these weren't populated correctly. So there was a bunch of trains stopping here with the intent of picking up plastic and rubber, and they weren't. But that has been fixed. So that sped up our computer processing. Our supercomputer processing, excuse me. But we were still held up by Caterium, so I installed one more drone route. And that drone route is delivering Caterium ingots to electronics. Right over there. And yeah, so that is what is happening with that. That Caterium is coming from here. So the train station where we were delivering Caterium is still, that still is a thing down here. Oh, this one right here. I was trying to figure out the best way to get the Caterium ingots where I needed to go, and I think this is the way to do it. So yes, Caterium is unloaded here, and then it is sent to our drone port, and it is sent off to electronics facility. The problem is, as you can see here, is that our Caterium is on platform 4, but in our electronics facility, the Caterium is unloaded on platform 2. So there is no good way for me to get it from this platform onto this platform for electronics. So I got lazy. I threw in a drone port. It works. And no extra trains or train stations were required. But yeah, everything is running full tilt. And everything is looking great. Now, also, I had a comment on my previous video where I was struggling with our biomass burners. I was playing around with biomass burners because I wanted to test my priority switch. But what was happening is they were just dying for no reason. I'd put in a constructor with a recipe, and the biomass burner would just die. And I could not figure it out. If you watched the last episode, I could not figure out what the heck was going on. It was very strange. What can I even make? I don't think I can make anything. Let's do an assembler instead. And let's make circuit boards. So this is providing 30 megawatts of power. This is consuming 15, so this should be able to manage this. But what was happening, as soon as I plug this in, this thing would trip. But it doesn't seem to be now. That's very strange. Why does it work now? I was trying to do a demonstration of this not working, and now you're working. Anyhow. Yes, okay. So, see how that broke? Big shout out to, I think it was Dave's, or Dave, or Dave's, and then some numbers for his comment. It's my hover pack that's tripping the circuit breakers. See that? As soon as I jump and hover, it trips the breaker. So that is exactly what was happening. I didn't even consider that was possibly an issue. Well, that is 100% the issue. That's why it wasn't working. It is not a game bug. It is user error. That seems to be usually what my issues are, is user error. But yeah. So that mystery was solved. Which is good. Because if that was a bug, that would have been pretty bad. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, I cleaned up Caterium. Everything is running pretty much full tilt. And our power supply is still doing... Oh, I thought that was a drone. It's the particle accelerator. Yeah, our power supply is doing quite well. I'm quite happy to see. I really thought we were going to tank it. And I'm still not sure why there is such a big deficit. Oops. Like, between our max consumption and our current consumption, there's a huge amount that we're not using, and I don't understand where that is. Everything is running full tilt. The only thing that's not really running is our base products, which are all over here. But I don't think there's 20,000 megawatts of machines back in here. So I don't know where that unused power is. What machines are accounting for that unused power? Like, there is a lot of stuff up here, but not 20,000 megawatts. That does not seem correct. So, I don't know. Kind of confusing. But that's a mystery I'm not too concerned about, because everything is working. And as long as everything is working, I'm not concerned. Oh! Speaking of plastic. I also diverted this plastic. You know how we basically spent the game sinking plastic here? I have changed our plastic delivery to deliver plastic to the fuel lake to be transferred over to electronics. So we had plastic delivery on here. This is now an export. All the plastic that we're creating here at Central Processing is no longer being sunk, it's being exported to kind of help with our plastic discrepancy, let's say. So all these refineries in here are going full tilt, as they have been the whole game, because we've been sinking. But now instead of sinking the plastic, it's going eventually to electronics. It comes here to Fuel Generator Lake. It then transfers from that station over to this station, where it's reloaded onto a train and brought over to here. So yeah, good times. Oh, just 20 more assembly directors? Let's go see. We are out of supercomputers here again. But hopefully these are mostly running. I'm on the wrong floor. That would be our supercomputer train. Is there no door on this wall? Nah, there is. Yeah, look at them. They're all green. Yeah. So, lots and lots of good stuff. Oh, lots and lots might be a strong word. I mean, right at the moment, they are all running. That's about to stop really soon, because I think we're probably out of supercomputers until this train delivery arrives. But eventually, this will fully fill properly. And these will all be running as they're supposed to. Yeah, you just have those. Yeah, I'm very happy with the way everything went. I like this build a lot. In hindsight, I probably should have run our... what are they called? Our power towers. They're a really good way to move around the map quickly. I probably should have run power towers from central processing, like across the pink forest to here, rather than riding the trains back and forth all the time, which take a very roundabout way. This is a much shorter route, and power towers could have made that a lot quicker. Also, you may have noticed that I now have resources on my map. That's because I built a radar tower. I forgot we hadn't unlocked those yet, but we now have a radar tower on our roof. The final piece of the puzzle. Look at it. It's glorious. Yeah. And yeah. I like this build. I like this big central processing building. I think it was pretty fun. If I were going to do it again, I don't think I would worry so much about having, like, dedicated building materials being constructed here and then everything else being constructed in other spots. Kind of unnecessary. Especially now that things like trains don't require computers to unlock. You'll be able to unlock those a lot easier. We don't need, like, automated computers before we get into that. So all of this stuff is probably unnecessary. All the things we built up here. Like, we spent a lot of time fleshing out this, and this is literally only for building materials that we're using to build with. Like, these aren't really being fed into anything else, so... It was cool to do. A fun idea, probably unnecessary. And I have big plans for our next base, which, by the way, this episode could not have happened on a better day. Because today, or by the time you watch this, yesterday, Coffee Stain announced the release date of 1.0, September 10th. 1.0 is coming out. I just found that out earlier today. So yeah, this episode was timed perfectly. And check it out, here are our last couple assembly directors coming in here. For 1.0, I do think I will be doing live streams. So stay tuned for that on September 10th. I'm hoping to do live streams of that playthrough. This is the type of game that lends itself to live streams pretty well. It's a big game, it needs big recording sessions, and I think live streams are probably the way to go. So that is the plan, and that is what we're going to be doing on September 10th. Stay tuned for that. There's our last part. Oh, baby. And this is set up to overflow correctly, so we're not going to block anything. Let's send this on its way. Oh, 161 hours I think I said it was. Let's do it. And thus ends our central processing playthrough. It was good times. I love the trains running down the center of this building. I think that's a super cool way to do it. And there they go. All that's left is jump pads, which I refuse to do. Yeah. Let's go one more walk through central processing here. I really like this build. I think it was super fun. Yeah. Oh no. My Cateria belt's not level. Ah. Yeah, I got a different style build in mind for 1.0, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'm very happy with this playthrough. A few things I would change if we're going to do it again, but in the grand scheme of things, very happy. Update 8, really cool. The new engine, the lighting. Like, I don't even know if I could go back to the old lighting now. This looks so good. This game is fantastic. I still love it, and I'm very excited to play 1.0. So on that note, we will be putting in our end of our series, end of our video here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, catch us on September 10th, live stream, Satisfactory 1.0. Please give us a like and subscribe, and we will see you then. Cheers.